Hey everyone, hope you're all doing great. Myself Jivita. Welcome back to day 2 series on Machine Learning Interview Playlist. I'm pretty much sure you people are just excited to learn interview questions. Well, I started this playlist with an intention of helping students in preparing for interview because many have done courses, many have done projects, but still people struggle to answer in interviews. This is what I've seen. You know why? Just because people are focusing on learning things, people are not focusing on how to explain concepts in interview. What matters in interview is like how well you explain what you understood. People are testing your knowledge, people are testing your understanding, people just wants to know like how well you understood and how you can implement that in our real world. So that's an ultimate goal of this interview. Many people don't understand it, and many lack in confidence, many lack in communication. Make sure along with the skills and projects, try to improve your confidence, try to improve the way of telling story or the way of explaining something to others. So well, in the series, I'm just starting with interesting question. How do you explain different types of machine learning to a non-technical stakeholders? We all know that non-technical stakeholders basically don't understand technical words. Now, let's try to answer this question with a interesting way so that people can understand even if they don't know different types of machine learning. So let's begin. So basically, before I begin, it's very important to understand what mistakes you have to avoid when you start with any interview question. Don't try to answer in one single line with highly technical terms people don't understand and you struggle to remember things. Giving lecture instead of child level analogy. Always use a simple terminologies to explain a concept. It will be easy for you to explain and to convince others. Not connecting analogy back to ML terms. Only giving examples doesn't make sense. Make sure you connect that with the technology, how it's happening in our real world. So don't miss out to give our real world applications. Okay, then what is the right way to answer this question? Very simple. Start with our different types of machine learning. First mention the types and then start with simple illustration of each type with a simple example or an analogy, and then give a technical definition, the formal and technical explanation, and then give an application like how it's used in a real world. So make sure you remember these steps in answering every question so that you can easily answer any question in an interview with a confidence in a simple and interesting way. Well, to answer this question, always start with, what are the different types of machine learning? Start with, there are three different types of machine learning algorithms. One is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Many a time people just see and they just, work on supervised, unsupervised, and they skip a reinforcement. Please don't do this. There are three different types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Now let's start exploring one by one with a simple analogy. Well, let's say supervised learning. Understand supervised learning in the sense it's like learning with help. Let's imagine we have a mother and a daughter. Here, mom shows a fruit and says, this is an apple, this is an orange, and this is a mango. So, what's happening here? The child is knowing nothing. Child remembers the object along with the name, and next time they recognize it. Hope you are getting. How do you connect with a supervised learning? So here, just like child learns to identify new fruits after mom explain each fruit with its name, similarly, supervised learning algorithm requires a label data in order to classify unseen data. So with this example, we can understand that initially child was not knowing about the fruits. Mom is explaining each and every fruit by showing the fruit and also giving its name. So that child understand the object as well as the name. And next time when we show a fruit to a child, child will recognize it like apple, orange, mango, etc. This is supervised learning. What is the technical definition of a supervised learning? Supervised learning uses labeled data set, labeled data in the sense data which has both input as well as the output to train an algorithm which learns a pattern and predict outcomes for the new data. So that means, let's say you have an input, your input, label data in the sense data which has both input. Input in the sense it's like a features. Apple, orange, mango, banana, etc. They're all input variables. We call it like a features. And now for every input, there should be a label, or we call it like an output variable. So that is a names. So We take an input that is an object, along with that we take labels of it. Now we pass this to a model. Okay, if we show both object as well as a name to a child learns from it, and next time it makes a prediction. Same thing is going to happen in a supervised learning. It learns from the label data, and with that learning, it will try to predict related to whatever we pass next time. This is all about, supervised learning. Real world application of supervised learning are, what if you want to predict whether a person is cancerous or a non-cancerous? Try to train your model with cancerous and non-cancerous reports with the labels. And similarly, what if you want to predict price of a house? So here, number of floors, square feet, location, all these things are going to be like an input and price is going to be the output. So if you want to predict price of a house, just try to train your model with details of house along with the price. So your model will understand next time when you pass a new house details, it tells you what is the price of a house. Similarly, for a cancerous, train your model with cancerous and non-cancerous reports. Next time when you pass a report, it will tell you whether it's a cancerous or a non-cancerous report. So in both the examples, we are using label data. We are giving input as well as an output. This is an interesting thing about, supervised learning. Now we'll start with unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning in the sense it's grouping with a needs. Here, mom gives the child a basket full of different fruits. She just says, can you group the same ones together? Let's imagine child don't know anything about a fruit. Even still, if a mom says to group them together, child is responsible for grouping the fruits based on color, shape, etc., even without knowing their needs. That's an unsupervised learning. Just like a child naturally groups fruits without being told their names, unsupervised learning enables machines to cluster or organize data based on similarity. We just give an input data here, and based on similarities, it will try to group data based on our different groups or a clusters. Let's see the technical definition now. Unsupervised learning uses unlabeled data, that means data without a label. No label, just an input. We are using for training algorithm. It will group data based on a similarity. See, this is an unlabeled data without labels, just like objects. Now, if we train this to a model or if we show this to a child is responsible for grouping this based on similarity into a different groups. And we call them like a clusters. This is unsupervised learning. Now, let's see the different applications. Customer segmentation. What if you want to segment or group customers based on similarities like age, salary, or maybe based on their interest? So here we use just an input data without a label. So we just take data, and your model, it will try to learn on its own, and it will try to group things based on similarity. It uses certain distance formulas, and it will group similar things together, and it will cluster them. Second interesting application is market basket analysis. If you go to a supermarket, usually you see similar things together, right? Bread, butter will be seen together, all the vegetables will be together, all the fruits will be together. So it's easy for our people to pick it up. So similarly, if you think about, Amazon, Flipkart, so basically similar things will be often bought together. It shows you recommendation. These are the products brought together. When it comes to our Netflix, recommendation systems are also, best examples of an unsupervised learning. In a Netflix, if you watch a movie, it just gives you suggestions, right? It's recommending based on a similarity, based on your past history. That's an unsupervised learning. Well, now it's a time to explore what is reinforcement learning. Many people forget to understand what is reinforcement learning. A simple understanding of this is learn by trying and a feedback. Let's say a child learning to play a chess. Dad asks the child to play chess, and for every good move, dad gives you $5. And for every bad move, dad takes away $5. So now, over the time, child learns what action gives you rewards and what avoids what causes a lots of money. Right? Over a time, child is understanding for every move, okay, I'm getting money. For every wrong move, I'm losing our money. From this, I can see that just like child learns just by maximizing rewards and minimizing penalties, reinforcement learning trains machines to make the best decision through trial and error, feedback from the environment. So here the learning is happening in environment wherein for every right move you will be awarded, and for every wrong move you will be punished. So based on number of awards and punishments you are getting, you will become a better. Interesting tech definition of a reinforcement learning is it's a type of machine learning where an agent learns to make decisions by interacting with an environment and take actions and receive rewards and penalties. And over a time, it will try to maximize the cumulative reward over a time. So, what do you mean by that? You have an agent is like a child, environment is like playing chess. So here child is interacting with a chess board, she's playing, and for every right move or for every right action she'll be rewarded. She's getting $5, and for every wrong move she's getting a penalty. So now based on this award and a penalty, she's becoming better and she focused on getting more awards rather than penalties. That's how she improves. This is reinforcement learning. And the best applications of reinforcement learning are like self-driven cars. Learn to drive by interacting with a road environment. It just tries to understand things by doing a task. For every right move, it will be awarded. For every wrong move, it will be punished. Robotics teach robots to walk, grasp, or navigate by reinforcement learning. For every good move, for every wrong move, awards and penalties will be added. Giving young AI agents that beats human in chess. Even here, it will try to interact with an environment, and for every good move, it will be awarded, and for every wrong move, it will be punished. So this is all about interesting thing about different types of machine learning algorithms. So make it precise, concise. Start with a simple example. Start with a technical definition, and give a different applications. So if you explain in this way, in a simple way, people feel that you have understood the concept and you will convince other. If you convince other, definitely people like you and you get hired for an interview or you get hired for that particular job. So this is how you have to explore, answering interview questions in the interview. Be confident, make it simple so that you don't really forget, you don't really struggle to explain in interviews. So this is all about I wanted to explain on this video. All the best for your next job interview. Thank you so much and stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you are new to my channel for such interview playlist or for such interview videos. Make sure you like the video. Don't forget to comment and just tell like what question I want you to explain. And in the next video, I'll be explaining about, the difference between regression and a classification and how to choose the problem statement. This is another interesting question which I'll be discussing, next video. Stay tuned. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.